Hey everyone, it's Hamish here from Push the Point, and welcome to a Silver Age deck tech. I hope you enjoy it. It is, of course, I'm going to run with my boy Viserai. So, with everything a little bit powered down, everything being more commons and rares, I do think Viserai is, again, a hero that is very flexible. This is the deck that I've decided to put together. I'll keep it clean and concise, and I'll show you a couple of games that I've played and see what happens. Hope you enjoy it. So our equipment suite is quite simple. We're going for the blade back and a helm for the block value. Very flexible piece of equipment, especially against anyone that's throwing weapons at you. I've gone for the Garlands of Spring because there's not really many options apart from defensive or getting a resource that you want to pick for a chest piece. So I've went with this one. There is an argument you could probably go for the different piece of the Runeblade one to get rid of auras for a resource, which is really handy against assassins and anyone that's giving you negative auras. But other than that, I picked this one because it's been very handy. And the Runehold Release, which is pretty much just get a resource, do an arcane damage. Very handy piece of equipment with Go again. Even though there's no defensive value on it, I found it incredibly useful as a resource and a damage enabler, especially if you see some of the cards here that get benefit from both. I think this card's awesome. And the Sutcliffe's Suede Hides. Yeah, it's kind of your Snapdragons extender. I don't think I've managed to show this off in the games that I've showing you, but there's times where I've considered I think I need to really just do an extender term, and that's why I picked that card. And the weapon of choice is Reaping Blade. I know that some people are going to look at this and think, why not Nebula Blade? Because of the 2 resources, but I think it's because there's a lot of ice and they're back in this format. So having that flexibility to just go, I'm just going to use the 1 resource because the ice is going to make everything cost more. I find that way more useful, and there's a bit of healing in this game as well, which can also affect that. And in general, the non-attack action cards, I went low to the ground. I've got basically 2 types here. We've got some pump effects and we've got some extenders, right? So your extenders are Captain's Call, nice flexible card. Meridian Skies, blue, is a resource card that can also be an extender for your attacks, as well as Trot Along. Trot Along's really good, blocks for 3, and it's a good extender, and it's a blue resource card. The pump effect cards gone for Minnowism because a lot of my attacks here are 3 cost, and I went for that lower end rather than the cost end because a lot of these cards have either high cost, low power, and I went with Minnowism. You could look at Nimblism if you want to, but I found Minnowism to be a bit more useful. And the other non-attack action cards that are pump effects, kinda Condemned Slaughter. If someone gives you some negative auras, this can be very good for that. Very handy if they've got some auras on the other end of the board you want to get rid of. Very good card, blue block 3. Arcane Cussing. This card's awesome. I find this card is probably one of the best non-attack action cards in the deck because anytime you deal damage, getting 3 resources, quote quote, and 3 damage from this is just too good. And the attack action cards I went for, again, quite low to the ground, and plays in both roles are trying to be an extender. I'm trying to get as much value as possible here. So I'll start off with the easy one that everyone could probably go for is Rune Ranger Swarm. Low to the ground, good extender for playing non-attack, play attack, use this, swing with Reaping Blade. That's usually a play pattern. That's why I went for all 9 copies. And then we've got Vexing Malice. I think the blue one is worth going for, and I think Vexing Malice wins you the game. If you've been here before, you know that's a quote I've said. But this card in blue is good. I think you could probably debate with the red one, but again, 1 cost low to the ground, going over, getting that value, really, really good. Rune Flash is the most powerful extender you can use because of the reduction of the cost through Rune Chant and being that good enabler to extend the turn. Really, really, really strong card. If it can be a bit awkward, but you can use that to block with. And Spellblade Strike, it's a blue block 3 really most of the time. And I am going to move this around a little bit. Minnowisms and Rune Chants I think can go into the sideboard I don't have to explain too much about Malefic Incantation, and hit the high notes is again that value card, but those are just really, really good bread and butter. I bet you most of the time you're probably going to think, why not Shrill? But like I said, I think ice is going to be a huge issue, so that's why I went with hit the high notes. And for the inventory here, I've got the Sigil Sufferer in this card. Probably should be banned. It's a bit good. If it works, 0 for 5, 1 damage, 4 block. And then reduce the rune chant, really awkward. Can be a 0 for 5, but you need to be a little bit more mindful on the leaving a rune chant over after you've played a non-attack into an attack. Okay. Amplify the Art Knight is, in my opinion, something that you should probably lean into a bit more often, and it's a very good popper. And Vantage Point is a popper, basically. Against phantasm attacks that come at you, you're going to need something like this just to, give you a little bit of a breathing room, as would say. But yeah, this is the deck. And I'm going to be showing off some games as well, and you can take this list, have a run around, leave a comment as well about what cards you think is worth taking, whether you think it should be a Nebula Blade deck or not. But face off against some Ice Heroes, and then you'll see. So yeah, hope you enjoy, and I'll see you later. Yeah, good to start off with a Malefic Incantation. Into a Read the Runes. Pretty good start, I would say. I think I'm going to Arsenal the Arcane Cussing, because I think it's always really good to have, when you're playing Viserai, to have your non-attack actions ready, because you want to get that all started up. Alright, and then, yeah, we'll see what Valda's up to. Not a bad hand. See, coming in with an Arcane Cussing into Rune Flash and Rage of Swarm. Could even end on a hit the high notes, but yeah. Right, Mage Master Boots is probably just going to throw down a, what was it, a big one? Okay, followed up with what? At the start of your next turn, destroy this. Then, next Guardian action card. Why are you giving this go again? That's why. Okay. Well, we're just going to lay down some pain then instead. Deal with this. So the Arcane Cussing, this card is peak. This card is peak. Calm. Give me your cards. It's too much damage. Oh, red. Okay. Yeah. This isn't good. This is so firing. Yeah, we go. And then we've got a nice defense reaction later on, which is going to come in pretty big, I do imagine. These are times where I do want Nebula Blade for sure. Five Arcane, that's a lot. Not gonna lie, that was a crazy first turn. Okay, yeah, and then Reading Blade when you wish you had Nebula. But I think again, as I probably described, it's the flexibility of having one. Yeah, okay. There you go. That was a pretty hot turn. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So we're up against Lexi. This is awful. This is not going to be a good match. So need some defense reactions for sure. I think we're going to probably have to build up, but we're not going to get much of a choice on, depending on how she's built it. We'll see. I think that'll do. I think that'll be maybe it's a mistake not putting the rune chants in. Maybe I've got to do that. Yeah. I'm going to take out the Minnowisms, I think, to put in them. I want to keep the Arcane Cussings in, but we are low on the non-attack action front. we'll see. Okay. Alright, cool. Malefic, good start. And then we could do a drawn. Trot along drawn into Reaping Blade, draw a card, put it in Arsenal. Depending on what the card is. Or we could do hit the high notes and just throw some damage and get ready. I think it's good to have an Arsenal, so that's what I'm gonna do. Don't know if that's 100% right. Lexi is not a nice person, but I think it's important to have the trot along in Arsenal so we can set up that next turn. But she is gonna probably slam a huge arrow, and we're not going to be able to do much. It's okay. Alright, deep blue. Give a card for 3 resources. She's probably going to get it back. Well, you are going to get it back from the Death Dealer. Blizzard Bolt. Boo. See, we're not going to be having big hands in this, because Lexi's just going to say no all the time. Okay. Oh. Yeah, so it's going to be 5 into Frostfang. So... oh, 6 even. And then Frostfang for 5. And it's just going to make me discard my hand anyway. See? You just got to just do what you can. Yeah, there we go. Frostfang for 5. There's no point. Not losing health for nothing. Nothing to throw back on. So Lexi's very good at stealing tempo. So we just got to probably play a bit of a waiting game. This trot along maybe that's not the best shout. Maybe I needed to just throw as much as I can. Blizzard Bolt. I mean, it's no go again. Alright, okay, so it's not go again, and it's just going to give me a Frostbite, which is fine. I can push through that, and it's only 5 damage. And I've got that to do the Arcane Cussing and just try and do a turn, but it's not really a major one, to be fair. So if am I taking 5 for no reason? But it is still trying to chip away at damage. And if I put Arcane Cussing down on the board, that is asking for some cards, but that's, yeah, okay, I'll take this. Waiting for some crazy, yeah, there you go. I'll get punished. Fine. Okay, now question is, am I doing... yeah, I need to pop this off, don't I? Yeah, I do. And they're just going to block it up with the... or do I need to use this now? I think I'm gonna do it. So do that first, because it's not the Rune Blade. You want to maximize Viserai triggers as much as possible. So we will spend the Arcane Cussing and then fire this off and try and get some. And and try and see if we can get something else so we can get the Arcane Cussing to fire, which it does. And if I don't know if there's anything mean he can actually do. He's just probably going to use his blocks, right? No? Okay. Fair play. And then there's a question of whether I should have actually bothered, but I think I'm not going to have much time to do much. So I'll just throw out as much damage as I can. I've committed to the go again. You'd be silly not to. Okay, health is fairly low. Fine. I do think there's going to be a big dominated arrow. Alright, sure. fine, all good. Not that great. Not that great of hand. If I can keep a captain's cool, I'd like that. Oh no, frostbite. That's not good. Do you choose to want to pay one to prevent the dominate? Well, if you're making me. Alright, okay, so this is Ice Dominate Lexi. It's probably, I think it's probably the better shout. Icequake, for sure. Okay. But I guess it doesn't matter too much if I can try and prevent some of this damage. What is this? I can prevent... If he... I might as well use this 5 and then use the sigil, make him strip a card or take nothing. Yeah. See if I can ping a damage. Give me a card? Yeah, alright. Alright, he wants to undo that. Doesn't like that. I want to block, sir. You gonna give me a card? Alright, I'm happy with that. Sure, I'll take 2 frostbites. I'm not bothered because I'm just ending my turn. Sure. Captain's calling Arsenal. Ah. Oh no. This is awkward. It's the times when you want to get these hit the high notes. I think that's my only shout, really. Fake out. If this is fused, it's got dominate. No one hit though. I think I take this, right? Pretty sure I do. Could I do a pretty big-ish turn of where I go Captain's Call, hit the high notes, Mixing Malice, Reaping Blade. I don't know what did he fuse with? Chilling Ice Vein. I bet you any money has got an 8 power attack in his hand. Okay, I think I've got to take this unless I'm being lightning pressed, which I thought it would be. And it's dominated. Yeah, okay. 3 is quite scary, but we will push through. So we will do go again. Yeah, we will do go again. And we will do hit the high notes. Fine. Alright. Now, don't get me wrong, I think you're going to be... He's still going to be pretty good, but he's... What's he done? Has he took cover? Alright, sure. Alright, yeah, this is going to be annoying. So... This Vexing Malice is going to be doing more pinging awkward work than you probably would like. But the rune chants are going to be blocked up. We'll do it anyway. We've got to put pressure on. This is the only way we can win. Yeah, that's nothing. 1 arcane. Goes through. And he's just going to block that with his mask, I bet. You wouldn't be using that. That should be on the Reaping Blade. Oh, okay. Guess he doesn't have that much of a crazy... Oh, hang on. Whoops. Hang fire, my good man. Or do I just leave that there, actually? I think I do. Do I just leave that there? Or do I push through? Too late, isn't it? Right, I'll leave it there. No, we'll leave this. Probably not. Okay. hand. Oh, okay, I guess I could just... Yeah, right. Vivian Skies, hit the high notes, read the runes. And then I've got rune chants left over for the reduce. That's fine, bro. Kind of fine with that. Right. On hit, give me some cards. I might still just die from a big dominated arrow, let's be fair. But if he lets us through... No. We'll see. Okay. Taking 2. He's probably obviously thinking... you see, do I? No, because that's just going to be really awkward later. So I'm just going to do this. Hope I can live somehow. He's probably wait. Well, he can't do any more attack reactions. All he's got is pumps, which is fair dues. The next time you fuse ice, gain 3. Yes. But if I can at least try and dominate, he's going to try and dominate this, which is fine. We've got the answer. Right, yeah. 8. I wish I didn't use that now. Okay, guess I am. If this fuses, next time you ice fuse this turn, create 3 fast stones into the target hero. Did he fuse? Don't know. Well, if he did, I would have had some, wouldn't I? And then arcane cussing, reduce. Yeah, maybe. Because he does, unless he's just deciding he's going to ping out some other lightning presses of a different colour. I doubt it. Oh no, gotta remember. Frostbite. Don't matter. I can get around that. Because of reduce. Nice. Alright, yeah. I'm clever. Maybe, hopefully, I don't get done. Okay. This isn't an on-hit. Next time you ice fuse. Didn't have a fuse, go down to 1. Okay. Let's do this. Now, let's see. We'll wait. This is again times where I wish I had blimmin' Nebula Blade. Maybe that is the answer. Right. I think he's done. Yeah, done him. Yeah, that'll do it. So yeah, maybe it's just you just got to be a bit more patient and just creating a lot more rune champs. And I think the big winner of that was clearly Arcane Cussing. So I've been playing a lot of this with a muted microphone. If you've I've started this up. I'm against Briar. I went first. This was my starting turn. Malefic, read the runes. Okay, and then I arsenaled this. He's came in. He's played a fry. I've blocked it, and now he's played another fry. And I've been playing this entire time with a muted microphone. So apologies, coming in with a bit of a late gamer. So I was considering blocking this with Residual Suffering, but I'm going to use this to block that instead. I'm going to take the arcane damage. I was just going to take this anyway. Alright, I will take the arcane, that's fine, and I will block this with Residual Suffering. Do you want to give me a card? Or not? No, didn't think so. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to do the Minnowism first because it's the generic and we want to trigger Viserai. And every time we play a Runeblade card, we'll trigger Viserai. So we do the generic first into that. Big turn, and he's given up, right? That would have been it, and he's got an all red hand. I don't know why he would have gave up, but alright, okay. We'll try one more. We're gonna this time round, we're going to go purposely second. Okay, it's against Ice Lexi. I went first last time, so I'm gonna go second just to see what happens. And I think I think it might be the same chap again. Right, bam, 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 bam. I'm going to take out the Miniwisms. 40 cards. Yeah, that's it. Let's go. Probably going to wish up it. The thing is, I don't know whether you want to have Nebula Blade in this, because like coming in for 1, yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to do a lot of non-attack into whatever. Do you know what I mean? But in this turn, like, we're going to be... Alright, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to be aggressive. So, if we do Captain's Call... Surely it's Captain's Call, right? But what into? This is rubbish. I feel like your natural progress... I don't really want to put that... I don't want to put Rune Flash in the arsenal. I want to put I want to put these in, because these are the go again enablers to kick this off. And I'm not going to be able to keep much of a hand. I feel like the only strong line I've got is, and this isn't even going to work on Rune Flash. This is not a great hand, I'm not going to lie. So if I do Captain's Call, or I do Captain's Call into Vexing Malice, give it +2, make a rune chant. Yeah, yeah, I'm here, sorry. Right. I don't think this is a great line. I think this is a really rubbish line. But we've got a really rubbish hand. And this is what can happen with Rune Blades, I'll be honest. You can just have some absolute garbo hands. But I suppose we're just going to do a... Oh god, a 2-card 5, 6 if you count that. 3-card even. No, it's just terrible value. But we've got Rune Chant ready. We've got Skies in the arsenal. This is not that great. This is not that great. I suppose if we're... Has he got... Yeah, he has got Arcane Barrier. He's giving it go again. Boo worms. Boo worms. And if he does go over, I've got a sigil. Which he doesn't. We can't let the snatch hit. Must repeat this. If you're new to this, you can't let this hit. If you've got go again, that means you've got an action point back. Draw a card. I mean, drawing cards in these games are awful. Never let a snatch hit. Is that it? No, of course it's not. Yeah, big pump. Got a big attack. I'm going to take damage. Here we go. Fuse has got go again. Sure. What are you going again into? 7. No real on hit. I feel like I'm going to walk into a punish. So I'm going to say no blocks to this, because there's nothing extra is going to happen. And he wants to go again. He's fused into a card that he's not going to use. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. What we're going into. Swift shot. Yeah, it's going to hit for 5. Fine. No. Too early. Being a bit too eager. So, I don't block. I'll come in with a Sigil of Suffering, which will block for 4, because he's lost his Arcane Barrier because he's popped it for this. So we're going to utilise this lack of Arcane Barrier now. What's this one? Oh, he's just coming in for 3. Yeah, he's really trying to push the damage through. Okay, I guess I've got to take that. Times where I do think this Garland of Spring is maybe not that useful. Maybe I need to reconsider that. Worth having, it's probably not always that useful. Might be more useful if you want to do some real big turns. So this could be a block card. Or you could swap this out for the on-hit ones that assassins use to destroy an aura to make a resource, which is very good. But anyway. Radiant Skies, let's go. These are the times where I wish I had a 2-cost attack. But we're trying to be flexible because there's ice back in this meta. And I want to have surplus resources to enable my ability to keep pushing through damage. I think there could be an argument, but again, the deck spaces are pretty small. I would love this to be a shrill instead, but I think we've got to just play safe. Okay, and then bam. I'd tell you what, there's only one useful time, I suppose, where the Garden of Spring could be really handy, and that's when I just want to send out an attack. That's if I'm just getting, if I have to keep one card, and it's one of these ones that goes, you can do something if you don't have any cards in hand, like a Rearranger Swarm, for example. So I can go pop this, Rearranger Swarm, pop this, Reaping Blade, which is the more flexible moments. Okay, this is big. And this could be that time where I actually practice what I just said. 8, 2, that is high, isn't it? That is a bit high. This is just mean in general. I think I'm going to have to take some damage here. Alright, no, block this. It's definitely got to go again. Yeah, I knew it. Knew it. Not much of a choice there. Guess I'll just have to eat this. Cool card, but it is costly. And there is no instant way of getting in maybe that the blood soak one. If I took physical damage, that would have been really good. Then I could get a resource to do that, and then yeah, okay. But a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. I think there's lots of you know, this isn't going to work out. Oh, if I can keep this, if I can somehow just keep this, but I won't. But if I can keep this, that's what I want. Okay, yeah, coming in for 4, gonna block that. Don't think you're gonna be very useful. Okay, coming in for 4. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna win this one, I'll be honest. And if he comes in with a big old arrow. Yeah. And then maybe I haven't got much of a choice, but okay, yeah, coming in for 5 on hit. Sure. If I take that, he's going the next as action of play has that. Yeah, that's not good. I don't think I have much of a choice here, do I? I've got to strip cards out, so if I pop this, maybe I'm doing this a bit too preemptively, but this is the time I was like, oh, I don't know about this card, and it's actually been very useful. It is lethal, but it's not lethal. He needs to you can just block with that. Go down to 1. Go down to 1? Do you want to go down to 1? Oh, there we go. I think he knows that. He has to take these ring chants. He has to either give me a card, which he should give me a card. He shouldn't go down to 1. That would be crazy. Oh, no. That's not good. That's not good. Guess you're not going down to 1. Yeah, don't go down to 1. You shouldn't go down to 1. You probably should give me that and go down to 2. And I'm probably dead. If I even draw Sigil of Suffering. Come on, boy. Give me a card. Right, yeah. Okay. That's fine. Actually, I'm pretty okay with that exchange. Depending on what I draw, obviously. You see that? He's got a pretty wide-ish turn. Ah, there it is. Do I I think you're going to do some big arrow. Oh, here we go. Fruity. Okay. Hold on. There we go. You had me there, didn't you? Oh, okay. Not like I can do much back, but I can set something up. I've got to give you. Got to. Right. I've lost both my sigils. There's probably. I don't know. In this game, in this sort of format, it always feels like there's more. There's more. Maybe I could put 2 in. Oh. Okay. So if I can somehow just keep enough, but I don't believe it. I don't believe I'll have enough. I haven't got no resources. Oh, I wish I did. Huh? Okay. Oh, if only. Alright. That's cool. I like that. I do like that. So I'm going to block with you. How many have you used up? 1. That's spooky. That's spooky. Oh. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Okay, yeah. I guess that's the safest thing to do. Ow. 4. I could live this if I can. Alright. Ah, if I didn't block that, then I could have. Oh, I could have won the game. I could have won the game. Alright, we'll do this. If you got me, you got me. That's how this is gonna go. Yeah, fair enough. GG. If only. Nice one. Right, so here's hard. This was a bit more of a lightning Lexi version. Good game, man. Good game. Well, there you go. Check it out. Hope you enjoy it. And subscribe, like, and if you want to be a patron to get loads of discounts if you're in the UK, do check it out. Links all below. Cheers, everyone.